All right, once again, we got Pete Marsh, who's asking a question for Walk and Talk. So I want to thank everybody who's been also sending me questions. We need more questions, way more questions. Pete has like a dozen really good questions, but I would like other people to ask questions. Whether it's on Patreon, which is where this drops initially every Friday, or a few days later on my YouTube. You can ask a question on either of those, or send me an email, armandrosamilia@gmail.com. Excuse me. His question is, name some other authors of Lovecraftian fiction that I like. That's an excellent question. So, I'm just going to shamelessly promote. I have a trilogy called Keyport Cthulhu, which is Lovecraftian but set in a real little town in New Jersey that I lived in for a number of years. So that's the start. So for some of the classic ones, I keep looking down because the fucking cats keep falling in front of me. I feel like I'm going to step on one of them. You got to check out. There's a lot of really good cosmic horror authors out there. How I find a lot of them really is to go through anthologies. There's a ton of different Cthulhu anthologies out there. And I find writers that way. That's an easy one. I just finished up a Thomas Ligotti book. His first two short story collections combined. That dude is dark, nihilistic. That's some really crazy cosmic horror. And definitely he's a huge fan of Lovecraft. Check out our boy J.C. Walsh, Death Highway. Hopefully he's going to write and finish some other books coming up. He's had a couple of lean years there. That one is a good first book from somebody who grew up in Rhode Island and is a huge Lovecraft fan. Obviously, Mary San Giovanni has some really good Lovecraftian books out there. There's a ton of them, but for me, a lot of them are going to be those short stories and anthologies. For me personally, horror works well in the shorter form. I don't want to read a 1,000-page book horror. I want to read a ton of short stories. Lovecraft Country by don't watch the show. I didn't like the show at all. The book is really good. Really, any things like by what's his name, by Laval is really good. So there's so much. If you want a list from me, then email me and say, hey, this goes for anybody, not just for Pete. Say, hey, I'm looking for some more. Let me know what you've read, and I will give you a list of 5 to 7 of them. But definitely, again, shameless plug time. Check out Keyport Cthulhu. That is my homage to Lovecraft right there. Thanks very much for the question. Again, people, come on, keep these questions going. I'm fat and I need to keep walking. And I need to lose some weight here. Hopefully I won't be huffing and puffing after 4 minutes or 5 minutes the next one.